Hi, my name is Liam McCarthy, and this is a story about blue mussels. We start our journey in Gloucester, Massachusetts. It was settled in 1623 by a small group of English fishermen, and the people of Gloucester have been carrying on this tradition for almost 400 years. So, as you can imagine, the health of the local marine ecosystem is extra important. We've made our way to Seaside Cemetery, a popular beach for locals and the site of many research studies. It's here that we first learn of the mysterious disappearance of blue mussels. As any local can tell you, this rocky beach used to be covered in millions of mussels. However, now we struggle to find any large beds. Some studies showed that New England mussel populations have declined almost 99% over the past 50 years. So why is this happening and why does it matter? Blue mussels are a foundational species, meaning they make up the physical structure of the ecosystem. They provide habitat for many other important species, and without them, we risk losing lots of important biodiversity. As for why they're disappearing, well, we don't really know. There are many theories, however, one of the possible culprits isn't too hard to find. If you look in any rocky crevice on the seaside, you'll probably find a European green crab. They've been here since the early 1800s and are always hungry for mussels. If they've been here so long, then why is it an issue now? Well, that's probably because one of the other big issues for mussels is man-made structures. When we build on the coast, we take away complexity from the rocky habitat and replace it with smooth walls. Here, mussels are far more exposed and can be picked off a lot easier. That's the goal today, to get a better look at what's going on. Mussels don't just live in the intertidal. They can live deep below the surface as well, so that's where we're going to be going next. We're heading down the street to Folly Cove in Gloucester because it's easy to see how populations have changed on the surface, but not as many people have seen what's going on underwater. The cold waters of Cape Ann may seem pretty harsh, but there's a whole variety of really cool marine life, like this winter flounder. Only a few minutes into the dive, and we're already finding mussel predators. Sitting on this dead sand dollar is a dog whelk, a species of predatory snail that eats mussels by drilling a hole through their shell. Another interesting predator is the sea star. They have their own unique way of eating mussels, where they'll use their strong arms to pry the shell apart so that they can get at the insides. These next crabs are found everywhere in the subtitle. Unlike green crabs, rock and jonah crabs have thick claws for crushing, which makes them great at breaking into mussel shells, but unfortunately, both these species are in conflict with green crabs for their food source of mussels, and they're losing. This is most likely because their wide claws can't reach into all the small spaces where mussels can attach and live, but the green crabs can because they have long, sharp claws. This means that mussels that would have otherwise been safe are now in danger of predation. This is a species that most people in New England are familiar with, the American lobster. Just like most other species down here, these lobsters also eat mussels. Lobster numbers are already declining, and with one of their food sources disappearing, things aren't getting easier for them. Lobsters are a way of life in New England, and a significant decline would be a tragic loss for both the local economy and culture. We're nearing the halfway point in our breathing gas supply, and the cold water is really starting to take its toll. But we still haven't found a single live mussel. The seabed's littered with broken mussel shells and predators, but not one living mussel in sight. As we go to turn back, some movement in a cave catches my eye, and I go to look. It seems like this is the home of a cunner, which is a type of wrasse, and the most common fish you can see along the coast. Above this cave, however, we finally find it, a lone mussel. Somehow this one mussel managed to survive and grow big enough to not have to worry about predators. Unfortunately, there's no mussel bed to be seen. In the sand, my dive buddy Tyler spots another mussel. Another lone mussel, unfortunately. It seems that there's a lot more predators down here than there are mussels. With the goal of our dive completed and our breathing gas getting a bit low, we make our way back to shore, taking a little bit of time to enjoy the scenery as we head back. The water may not be warm and clear, and there may not be coral reefs covered in brightly colored fish, but the ocean around Gloucester has its own unique beauty. While there is no one solution to be able to stop the decline of blue mussels, efforts are being made to help reduce the effects. To combat habitat loss and invasive species, many coastal towns and cities such as Boston have begun implementing living seawall panels to add back habitat and complexity. It's up to us now to support these efforts